Yes, all jokes aside, let's start with the show. In today's show, we are going to talk about Pirate, FYRE Fest, young Billy McFarland. You guys might remember him, might know him. Some might have been duped by him. I mean, this is the day and age we live in, RJ. You can find victims all over the place. We talked about FTX in the past. We talked about Bolt in the past. We talked about people who've been. Our very first episode ever was about the pump and dump scheme. Uh,
The bad Bath and Beyond.
yeah. I mean, chances are you come up. There are maybe three things guaranteed. A couple of things guaranteed in this life that you will get. That's guaranteed, and you might get a scam here or there as well. You might get got,
Yeah.
but let's
And the third
continue.
one,
And the
you
third
got
one
the
is you might
taxes.
get a slap in your face.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say taxes. Or do
No,
taxes
taxes
also?
is a slap in the face. You can look at it as
Okay.
a slap in the face.
Oh, I thought
Or
they
for
fell
others,
on.
it could be something else, which I cannot say on the camera right now because we are a not gonna say PC show, but this is definitely something we're not.
Okay.
We are
I thought
a
yeah, continue.
we are a friendly show. Cannot say what I'm thinking,
Okay.
what the taxes can also do with you, the IRS.
Okay.
But guys, we're gonna talk about Billy McFarland. Last year, around the time of August, he has been released from jail, prison, after he sat for a couple of years because of the let's say the festival that went totally south. It was a total debacle. And for those of you who have not seen it, there is a full documentary um, on that. As we always say about documentaries on this show, they are always skewed towards a certain narrative. So it's never the full story, but it gives you a good view, a
Yeah.
good view of how things might have went down.
Yeah.
And there's always people trying to make themselves better than they actually are in those documentaries.
Yeah.
Even in a FTX documentary that might be coming out. We'll see how that will pan out. That's gonna be, by the way, a blockbuster for whoever lands it. I hope Netflix lands it because I'm paying for Netflix. I don't hope it goes to Amazon. I want to watch that shit. Oh. Anyway, um,
Okay, so it's after the first 3 minutes, so we're good.
oh, that's true. That is true. That's true. We're already 8 minutes in. You're right. You gotta be clean the first three
Guys,
minutes, and then you can start cussing like a sailor.
guys,
That's
that's why we always open with a theme song.
because KR cannot anyway.
You never know. You
You
never.
never know what KR might say. Anyway, guys, so I'm already sharing my screen. FYRE Fest. For those who have never seen it, you're a bit late to the party, but we're gonna play the trailer so you can remember what actually happened. And for those who haven't watched it, maybe you can get a view of what you can expect if you're going to watch it. Let's see.
The Bahamas, the most insane festival the world has ever seen.
Island getaway turned disaster.
It became very barbaric.
Right now, you're on the fucking laughing stock of everything.
Just wait until you see what you're getting yourselves into.
American rapper Ja Rule is in the Bahamas with his business partner,
Billy McFarland.
Is an amazing entrepreneur.
He could convince anyone of pretty much anything.
They just bought an island.
Pablo Escobar's island. Oh my gosh.
We're gonna throw a festival, yeah.
Within 48 hours,
they sold out. These guys are either completely full of shit or they're the smartest guys in the room. We were working around the clock, no sleep.
Billy's like, bring more workers. We need more workers.
Every single day it got more intense.
He just would not take no for an answer. And he just kept pulling money in somehow.
Desperate people do desperate things.
He was lying to investors and making it seem like we were making a ton of money when we weren't.
I mean, that's fraud.
We need to get the messaging out now that this is not a luxury music festival.
Oh my God.
There's mattresses all over the place getting soaked.
The save yourself mode kicked in. All right, it's a free-for-all.
It became this looting mentality.
There's an angry mob. They're pissed off and they want their money.
powerful models built this festival. And then one picture of cheese on toast ripped down the festival.
They just couldn't physically fit that many people on the island.
The event's co-founder is facing up to 20 years in prison.
If you had thousands of dollars to go on a trip to see Blink 182, that's on you. That is Darwinism at its finest.
The biggest event in decades, I promise you.
I'll be there.
Yeah, this brings up memories, man. Have you watched the documentary, RJ? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. Actually, I've only read articles about it. But yeah, I wasn't. Why did you go? Did you have your tickets?
I was thinking about it.
Are you serious?
I was thinking about that. Why am I flying to Bahamas to go to some kind of party?
I don't know, man. To see the models, maybe. I don't know.
See the models, yeah. I'm a simp. Simp 101. See a couple of models on the video and think everyone there is a model. This is like simp talk.
Yeah.
Anyway. No, it was a quite funny, it was a quite shocking actually documentary. If you look at and shocking, I mean like I was shocked by the lack of structure actually about the operations, how they went down. And what was obvious is it could have went good as well.
Yeah.
And they probably had more time. That's one thing I can remember from that thing. So
I think because from what I've read, a lot of people. So this was headline news in
back when it happened. It's
back when it happened, definitely
4-5 years ago. That's 2015, 16.
Yeah, and Billy McFarland was, because every time, when something like this happened, you go and see who is to blame. We saw that on our FTX show episode, how the authorities are basically after they're entering into plea deals with all of Sam Bankman-Fried's Freed frauds business partners because they want to catch him. They want the big fish, and the big fish in this. So with regards to this festival was Billy McFarland, a young guy, and from what we all could hear from the clip you just played, someone who's apparently very charismatic. Yeah. And can convince anybody of anything, which has been made evident by the amount of people he scammed. Well, is it a scam? They do view him as a scammer, I think. But
as a con artist, they actually put in. I have Wikipedia open.
Okay.
As Wikipedia is not an official source, of course,
no.
But they have his name. Yo, this is crazy. I've never looked it up, by the way, but It says FYRE Fest was a fraudulent luxury music festival founded by con artist Billy McFarland and rapper Ja Rule.
Can you show it? Can you show it?
Of course I can show it. Let me zoom in a little bit, man. This is crazy. Imagine your name being mentioned like this, man.
Let me see.
FYRE Fest was a fraudulent luxury music festival funded by con artist.
Artist.
Let me see if I click on his name. Yo, it is crazy, yo.
Yeah. So.
William McFarland is an American con artist that convicted and a convicted felon who co-founded the ill-fated FYRE Festival. He defrauded investors out of $27.4 million by marketing and selling tickets to the festival and to other events.
Yo, was Jarl? Let's go to Jarl. Yeah. Do they call him a con artist as well? I don't think so, right?
No. They don't call him a con artist. He was cleared in 2019. He was cleared of any legal wrongdoing for his role in the festival.
He was a victim.
Well, he was a co-founder and a victim, yeah, because he was more like he was more like the face.
Yeah.
Kind of the one who connected Billy. You always have like a face to the with these types of ventures. You will have to have a face towards the music industry, and he was the face towards the music industry. Basically, like the endorsement, the endorser. FTX. This is like a mini FTX.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy if you look at it, he's some backstory for you guys. Billy basically started a company, Magnesis, back in 2013, where he was basically selling card-based membership to let's say a club of the club of Magnesis, and benefits were like you would get a special card from their club. You can access their clubhouse, access different operations they're doing, flying out to the Bahamas, VIP access to clubs, hotel discounts, etc. And basically that would spin they tried to spin that into FYRE Fest, which would become like a FYRE media, where people could book artists by having a direct link without actually having a middleman. And in order to promote the FYRE mobile app, they wanted to launch the festival, and that was gonna be the big kind of launch idea, basically, like the promotional to get people to use the app. But at the end of the day, it was a total debacle. And it's really when I was looking at that documentary, I was thinking the whole time, this guy really underestimated the whole situation. And at the end of the day, he also lied. So it's not like he's a saint. He also lied to investors about the situation, like they were making money, but they were spending way too much. And because of the time frame they gave themselves to launch it, it was kind of a very I would call it almost stupid the way he launched the whole thing. Hindsight is 2020 always, but I guess if you would well, he was a programmer before this, a developer, so he knows a certain way of working, and he thought he could apply that as well to regular stuff, to the service business.
Would you say that? Would you say? I mean, I haven't watched the documentary, but from what you gathered from the documentary, would you say that it was more underestimation than Connery? I don't know if that's the name. Don't want to offend the former James Bond, or or was it more Connery than underestimation? I don't know if my question is clear. So, because why
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. I think it started as a legit idea, but because of underestimation, he had to start conning.
Yeah. So start lying to make things happen, and those lies gradually snowballed into bigger lies, and
It's like when so you have an idea, you try to launch it, but you have a hole, and you know in your budget, and you know the only way to fill that hole is to go to investors and ask them for more money. But you know that if you go to investors and tell them the truth, that you don't have enough money and etc., they will tell you, they will try to out leverage you. They won't tell you to go away. They might tell you, oh, I want more for what I'm giving you.
Yeah.
And in order to avoid that, he decided to lie, and he kept just to keep that the whole to keep the festival hopes alive, and and he kept doubling down, and up to 27 million. It's kind of crazy if you think about it.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy, but it seems like a chump change if you compare it to other fraud cases we have talked about.
Just about.
If you think about it, the story. If you think about only the story of Usain Bolt, which we talked about in the past, it seems like chump change. It's almost, not say almost, but it's almost half of what one guy lost.
Yeah.
Which is Usain.
Yeah.
And in this case, it's 27, but it seems not a lot if you compare it also to FTX, the FTX story. But yeah, Billy is out. Billy's out. He was sentenced and he was sent to the university for 4 years. Had time to think, and maybe come up with a way to pay off the 26 million in restitution he has to pay back.
Is that what we call it now? The university?
Well, some people call it the university. In the hood, in my hood, niggas got me. No, I'm just kidding. Let's call it the pen. Let's call it that way.
Yeah.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Start with pen and ends with penitentiary. Penitentiary.
Yeah. I don't get it, but anyway.
Some people, I mean, you're talking about the hood, right? Some people don't know the pen. They know penitentiary. Come on, man.
Did I say the pen?
You said the pen, yeah.
Oh, I thought I said penitentiary.
Oh, you said the pen.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. You're right. Guys, I'm not from the hood, by the way. I just listen to hip hop. I'm a suburb kid, man. From the gutter of the suburbs.
The nice streets of suburbs of the suburbs.
The paved streets of the suburbs. Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Where we eating off the hall. Anyway.
Where there always was enough to eat.
Hey. We didn't have.
At least you're honest.
Huh?
At least you're honest. You're not one of these guys that rap about the life that
I'm from the hood. No, I'm not. I'm not was a guy from the hood, man.
No. I'm saying at least you're honest about where you come from, because you're not one of these rappers that proclaim that or that claim that they come from the gutter while they're trust fund kids, you know? Like,
Yo, by the way, there is this story about trust fund kid who went to private school who was rapping drill.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find it later on in the show. But yeah, Billy is back. Billy was released late last year, I think, somewhere in August, and I mean he had time to think. RJ, I mean you have to pay 26 million back. So how do you do that? Not by working.
No, a job won't get you there.
I don't know what kind of job.
Well, it does fill the necessary qualifications to be employed in certain Wall Street firms.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
But hey, so
maybe this is maybe. Oh, I'm not gonna do Kanye like this. I'm not gonna do Kanye like this.
so you're saying it's not a job. What can he be doing? So it definitely needs to be something. He needs to be self-employed. Let's put it like that.
He definitely has to go that route. There is, you can go the Jordan Peterson, not Jesus. I keep the Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort. Yeah, I don't know why. I have so much Jordan Peterson in my head. I say Jordan Peterson. He's not a scam artist, but or at least you never know. But Jordan Belfort was the real scam artist.
Was a scam artist.
Yeah, it's a convicted scam artist.
Yeah.
But
he changed his life.
Yeah, he changed his life because he didn't have any choice. He got locked up, and now he's selling his sales pro system. He's selling his sales system, I think.
Jordan Belfort is.
Yeah. Belfort, because he has to. I mean, he has to pay back somehow.
Yeah.
But he's also living good. I don't know. Maybe he paid everything back. But
well, I know that the proceeds of the movie, which was a box office movie, I think a majority of the money went to pay off his debt. So
maybe that's an idea for Billy to maybe have his stuff.
Yeah.
that you know what scene would be crazy?
What?
When he calls the employee about, I gotta show you later, guys. It's a throwback of the documentary where he called the employee to get the water out. That scene would be crazy.
What would you do, guys? How far would you go for your boss?
For your boss, yeah, that's a crazy.
Not even for yourself. How far would you go for your boss? What sacrifice are you willing to make for your team?
Oh man, that's kind of crazy. But he has been released. And he has had time to think about a way to solve his $26 million debt he has. And basically he goes back to what he knows. Well, but not saying the scam part, the region he knows, Bahamas. His idea is the PYRT, a virtual festival. And he's been doing his rounds, talking about how he will launch it, what has been his story, his side of the story. And he went to the guys of Full Send podcast after, I think 2 months after he got released, and had a couple of things to say about the situations he's been into.
Before we go there, KR,
Yeah.
Are you telling me that the name of the event that is going to be hosted by a con artist It's called PYRT.
You heard it well.
It's a trap.
Okay, let's proceed.
It's a pirate, and you actually write it almost the same as FYRE Fest.
Yeah, with the Y.
With a Y, yeah, and
Yeah.
without
As in
PYRT.
Y as in why did I fall into this trap again?
Amen. Amen. I hope he has learned his lesson, and he will take his time this time around and actually do business how we. I mean, getting locked up again in the pen. You might have seen some stuff that you don't want to see as a man. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. You might get yourself a Fleece Johnson moment. If you know Fleece Johnson?
I don't know Fleece Johnson.
Google him.
I was gonna say he might.
Fleece Johnson is also known as the Booty Warrior.
I know him. Yeah, I know him. Yeah, I know him. I know him from the Boondocks.
The Boondocks, yeah.
Boondocks, yeah.
He's a real person, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy, but some Fleece Johnson moments, you don't want to end up in jail, guys. And his story is even wilder because he ended up in jail in a white-collar crime jail. He did some weird stuff, tried to record podcasts with a USB stick, and they sent him to a let's call it a regular jail after. And there he tried to record a podcast. He tried to make money. He's like, dude, I'm locked up here. I gotta get this 26 million off my neck. He's trying to record a podcast via the phone. This is like, I mean, dude, he has to. They have to make a movie out of this. Maybe they should. Maybe that could help Disney revive after a disastrous. Maybe we'll do a show about that. A disastrous year of Disney. Maybe this is the way for them to come back to the big dogs. Make a movie about this guy. He was calling to record a podcast, and they released the podcast via Instagram. Well, at least a clip. The next day, listen to this one. The next day, you heard a couple of knocks on his door, and they said, "Come here, Ma!" Threw him into solitary confinement because they found out he was recording podcasts through the phone.
Oh my God, man.
I mean, this is a story, dude. This is a real story. This guy is something else. But he went to Full Send. Great podcast, by the way. I love these guys. They are very great group. What's going on, Archie?
I'm just I'm just in a laughing mode here, man. The irony, sometimes it's it's the smallest things.
Okay. Can I continue? Or?
Yeah, just continue. Just
Okay.
just if you don't mind me, I might need a couple of minutes.
Okay. Let's start promoting. Hey,
yo,
maybe we should start promoting. Yo, my brain is great. Disney create a movie about Billy McFarland with Johnny Depp. That's the main
that will definitely
that's gonna be a hit, dude.
Definitely.
It's that's $1 billion movie right there.
Definitely.
I don't know if he looks like him, but hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta. They had.
If Jesus is white, if Jesus can be white, Johnny Depp can. Johnny Depp
Wow, dude.
If Jesus is white,
If Jesus, hey, let's continue, man. We're out here.
Cleopatra is white, then I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, Cleopatra is also white. Yeah. Let's see what he has to say.
Try Happy Dad, by the way.
Yeah, bro.
Absolutely.
What is it like when you know that you're Googled and the first thing that comes up, it says you're a con artist? What is that like? Because how do you do business and how do you move forward? And like, how would you create a deal with someone now where it's like they know your past, they know your history, which we'll get into, I'm assuming, as this podcast goes on. But that right away, I'm like, if I was gonna do business with you or do anything with you, and you Google it, it's like, oh, this guy's a con artist.
So I've literally been out for just over 2 months. August 30th was like my completion of my sentence.
Damn.
Yeah. So I was sheltered in so many ways, right? Because I was in jail for just around 4 years. A lot of that in solitary, a lot of that with no access to a phone or any like outside communication. So I never saw these documentaries. Like I wasn't on Google. And I talked to friends and they're like, dude, it's going to take you longer and people longer to like come to terms with what happened. And I'm like trying to recognize that I had 5 years, like since all this went to shit, to like feel my own remorse. But I just missed like this whole tidal wave of bullshit. Like I wasn't there to read the DMs and the angry emails, right? And like friends and family were. So that's been like a big eye opener to me. I'm like, oh, I'm going to walk out and people are going to remember like I can program and I can market. So I'm going to do something cool. But it's like, oh, wait, I missed years and years of just backlash.
Yeah.
I mean, only I mean, you know how self-absorbed you got to be?
It's crazy.
No,
years of backlash. Good for you, bro. Good for you.
To remain an optimist despite all the people you harmed.
Hey, sometimes you're sitting there. Hey, anyway, let's see what else he has to say relating to that period.
Close with were almost thinking like some respects, even people who I was close with were almost like happy to see the punishment I had to go through because they're like, hey, we did everything right. We didn't break the rules. We went to college. Like we didn't fuck up. And like, why are you able to do this kind of thing? And we weren't. They're almost like happy to see me down. And a lot of the advice I get from those people is like, dude, you just can't do anything. And it's like, they try to assign you to like the most menial of tasks. Whereas you talk to more like entrepreneurial people and it's like, if you just go for it, but go for it honestly, there's no shame. So if you fail the next time, but you do it like ethically right, and you don't lie to anybody, you don't hurt anybody, like fucking go and do it.
Yeah.
So it's been like this weird, like trying to understand like people's motivations and realizing that very few people out there can like give you advice that's best for you. Like they give you advice that is best for them
based on
what they think is possible.
Yeah,
but like
absolutely.
very few people, even the ones who love you, are often like the most restrained, at least in my perspective, in terms of giving you good advice.
He might be right on that point. Usually some people can only grasp what's within their imagination.
Yeah.
And what he said before that, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that I know. KaiR, I know.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
But I want but it's in general, right? So there will always be people in your life. So regardless of what you do in life, there will always be people that will tell you what you can do and what you can't do. And a majority of people, it's sad to say, but the majority of people will not work hard, will not, think, hey, if he can do it, maybe, if he has had success with, so aside from the FYRE Fest fiasco, but if he had success prior to FYRE Fest and they saw him rise, instead of saying, hey, I want to do, let me, copy the framework, let me work hard or organize something or whatever, they would rather hate him. So stay where they are, talk bad about him, or in this particular case, anybody, this is a general example, And of course, the first thing they will tell you in a situation like this would be, oh, it's over, man. It's okay. You had your chance, etc. But we've seen people in the past come back from, I mean, it's difficult, but it's not impossible to come back. Especially if you take into account that people are very malleable. We're quick to believe, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I mean, in general, if you look at it, one of the greatest comeback ever is one of the most well-known people on earth. Yeah.
One of the greatest comeback ever.
One of the greatest comebacks ever. Who do you think made the greatest comeback? Like
a comeback.
It went and make a comeback.
Oh, but is he the same person that's gone now? That's in jail?
No.
Are you talking about Tate?
No. Made the biggest comeback. Jesus made the biggest comeback ever, dude.
Oh, come
on.
Yo.
So it was the biggest comeback ever. Let's be honest.
My mom's not gonna be happy that I didn't get that right. That's just after all the books,
all that reading you had to do, and you still couldn't get that easy answer. It was an easy answer. Greatest comeback ever.
And I was like,
yeah, that's not good. That's not good, RJ. At least I'm not gonna go that right, but yeah. So you can always make a comeback. I do agree with you on that. Sometimes you gotta give people the benefit of the doubt. Let's see if he has learned his lessons. And I do agree. A lot of people, a lot of times, they see you rise because I think Magnesium was doing okay. It wasn't like it was
popping. Yeah.
So people see you winning in life, and then they see themselves not. It's like you said, they don't want to do the work, but they do want to have the fruits. They don't want to do the labor, but they want the fruits of the labor. And sometimes people tend to choose for shortcuts in order to get the fruits. And that doesn't always end well. Most of the time, it doesn't end well. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna continue with the next clip where he basically talks about what went wrong
on a yacht.
Yeah, I guess in your words, what really happened? What really went wrong?
So like, if we can take it back a little bit, I think that would be pretty cool.
So yeah, what made you want to like do that?
So I started just like programming when I was really young. I was like 9 or 10 years old. And I almost like viewed it as this world with very little rules. And I kept saying like, hey, there's this huge problem. And if I keep trying to push this problem, I can push like what was possible. Started a couple companies in middle school and high school, sold them, went to college, and basically ran out of the cash that I got from selling my early companies my first semester of college. I'm like,
wait, you say you sold a company in middle school?
Yeah. Started my first company in 7th grade, sold it, and then did a couple more.
What did you sell in 7th grade?
So I had a company called Your Hot Site. It's a funny story. I tried to create like a private social network for middle schools. So I did it for my middle school.
Sounds pretty familiar. Yeah.
The site is called Your Hot Site. This a social media company called Your Hot Site for middle schoolers. That's not really that's not the right thing.
Let's just put it this way. Thank God he was a minor as well.
Maybe sometimes people it's bound to happen. Let's put it that way. Sometimes it's the road. The road is paved towards your destiny.
Yeah.
Then that's the destiny. Oh man. But let's continue.
Cool. And 5 days after it launched, had like, just like the local middle school buzzing. the principal basically called and it's like, internet's unsafe. You got to get rid of this website. So I went and put it up for auction online, sold the site. And years later, when I was applying for college, it was on my resume. And like the dean of the school was applying for it, pulls it up on his computer. And it had been sold a couple times since then. It became like this porn site, like this porn social networking site.
Shoot.
What did you sell it for originally?
So
you don't say.
Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? You would say, come on. Man.
Well, thank God.
Well, you can already see, I'm not going to criticize the guy, but he's not really, let's call it this way. If he blew his money in the first semester, finance might not be it for him.
But he was young as well, you know, so he had more money to blow. But students always, a lot of students, not all of them, but a majority of students blow their money in high school and college, university, etc. And sometimes they blow it in two different ways.
Tell me.
They can either spend the dollar like crazy, or they can use the dollar to get crazy. They blow, man. They blow the money.
Literally.
They blow the money.
Oh man.
Come on, man.
Anyway, let's continue.
It wasn't much. That was a couple $1,000s, but there were some sites.
Good bag for seventh grader.
Yeah,
That's a fat bag for a seventh grader.
But it started
the coolest thing in the school
doing
at that point.
Yeah, so that was fun, and it's just started getting bigger and bigger, and then basically went to college with a couple dollars in a suitcase, and just like went wild, and just didn't know like what I could do with money, right? And blew all of it in the first semester. It's like, fuck, I got to get back to programming, and that started, this 8-year run of what would eventually become FYRE and prison, and then being here.
You skip some parts, I think.
Yeah, it skips some couple of parts, but I guess sometimes you gotta skip it, right? If it's not exciting enough to tell, then you probably will have to leave it out. But now I'm going to the actual clip about him telling the issues he had with FYRE Fest.
Prove that I was actually here on this island with nobody, and I just wanted to share that with the world.
So what were the
idea?
Yeah,
all this way to invite everybody who believes that you're. And I had a high school friend with me there one weekend, and he's like, "Dude, no one believes that you're doing this. Like, this is incredible." And we said that the best way to invite everybody would be to do a festival. So like the world's worst idea, all this came from like almost like this insecurity to prove that I was actually here on this island with nobody, and I just wanted to share that with the world.
So what were the first steps when you're like, yo, I'm gonna have this music festival here?
Yeah.
What did you go do initially? Like, how did that start?
So like just like me at the time, I was 24 and I knew how to build websites. So it's like I can build a website in a week. If it doesn't work, no one cares, right? Like the idea flops and no one gets hurt. So I applied that same like tech logic to trying to build a city in the middle of nowhere. And it was just so stupid. It just didn't work.
Yeah, because involving people obviously makes it a much different situation.
I just didn't know how to like extrapolate like, okay, a website, the user can't log in, no one's hurt. Whereas like, hey, now I'm trying to house thousands of people in the middle of nowhere for 3 or 4 days. It's just different.
So like I said,
what do you think about that?
About the fact that he got in, so he underestimated the amount of work.
Yep.
Well, I think
actually not the work, the process actually.
Yeah. Well, the process, the work, semantics, but I think that does show a certain level of greed. Because you see that you have the chance to get money. It's basically when you're blinded by the money. So you're so focused on the opportunity, getting the money, promoting something without having a plan. And instead of postponing it or doing something when it was in an earlier stage, you just kept on going because you wanted the money. I think it shows a certain level of greed. Sometimes you need to be patient, but getting money, you need to build it. You need to work for your money, but you need to build it patiently. There's no point in getting money and losing it, 6 months later, or being in debt. That's even worse.
From my perspective, I think if you listen to him, it tells a lot of tales about inexperience, and also probably greed as well. Hubris, inexperience, not knowing actually what you're doing, but that's because he didn't know anything else. He didn't realize that he didn't know anything else but what he did in the past, and that it's not applicable. I think it's sometimes I don't know what it's called. And guys, maybe you can put it in the comments. There is, I think, a expert bias. A lot of times people think that because they are expert in one field, they can take that expertise to another field and apply it one-on-one. And sometimes that works with certain people, but a lot of times it doesn't. And in that case, it's fired back immensely. So you have to always be very careful about the knowledge you think you have, and always keep in mind that you might not know something, and have people that are expert in that field also be part of your team. They can warn you about certain situations. I mean, I've watched the majority of this interview, and also the documentary before, and you really see that people have warned him about obviously being over his head. This is not in his skill set. He might be a good coder, developer, and all that stuff, but back then, I don't know if it's now. Maybe he has learned a couple of lessons since then, but it is quite obvious that you have to have the right team surrounding. You have to listen to the team, of course, as well.
Yeah, that's the most important part. Yeah? We saw that in the Kanye West story. We saw that in the FTX story. These people, so both Kanye and Sam Bankman-Fried, Freed Fraud, had people around them with the knowledge, with the input, but they didn't want to listen. They didn't want to follow that's why they say your true friends are the ones that will tell you you're doing the wrong things in your face. And if you're surrounded by yes men, or as they call it nowadays, yes people, then for sure you're setting yourself up for failure.
It's a trap.
You need to be able to be open, put your ego aside, and let someone, listen to people, especially experts, especially people who has experience in doing things like that. And the thing is as well, you need to know what you don't know. That's the most powerful thing.
Yeah, it is true, man.
You need to know what
know your skill set, bro.
Yeah.
Know your skill set. Know your skill set, because it will be handy, of course. Then you know what your strong points are and what you can exploit and what you should have people in your team too with different skill set.
Earlier, what do you think the biggest issue was, like in your perspective? Just like the logistics of it?
So we'll get into it, but like,
yeah,
I certainly like, I lied to investors to get money, and like morally, ethically, as a human, like totally the most fucked up part.
Yeah.
But the worst like business decision was time.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck, bro?
It's
Why'd
like-
you make that so quick?
I don't know what I was thinking.
What was the time? What was the time?
It was
limit?
months.
Yeah.
We launched like a trailer to see if anybody would care. And like, it kind of worked. And I'm like, all right, in 4 months, we're doing this.
Fuck.
Why
And
did
they're
you
like-
do that?
4 months.
And they're like, dude, like it takes longer than that to
That's
drill a
horny
well
as
to get
fuck, man.
water.
That's so
Well, that's
horny.
like pretty impossible, right?
Yeah.
Totally. Totally.
Did you didn't have anyone at the time who was like, yo, this is, you shouldn't do this, like you shouldn't move this fast, or like it's not going to work this way? Like, was there anyone trying to like speak logic in that sense?
For sure. But I was kind of caught up in this mindset that like we have to go really fast. And the downside is there's great artists and a beautiful location, but it's not perfect. And it didn't comprehend the downside is that people can't stay there. It's just like not ready.
Mhm.
I just like didn't understand the downside. And it's terrible.
How many people were meant to go and attend in the beginning?
So the festival was supposed to host.
Did you see what he did there? Did you notice what he did there?
At
Maybe
the
it's-
end.
no, at the beginning, and maybe that's the lawyer in me. But what he did, you didn't know.
Maybe in subconscious, tell me.
When they asked him what he thought, and this is, by the way, a red flag, in my opinion.
Okay. This is the lawyer. Let's see.
He didn't say, when they asked him what went wrong, he said, yeah, well, obviously I lied. I lied to investors, etc., etc. But the biggest thing was the time. I underestimated the time. By doing that, he basically played down the lying. And the conversation, and the conversation
towards something else.
the conversation was focused on the time. Yeah, why did it go so fast? Yeah, why was it 4 months? Yeah. Oh yeah, I underestimated it. But so he did tackle what everyone was thinking, but he downplayed it. Yeah, but maybe that's the lawyer in me. So if I was in court, I would have said, whoa, wait a minute. So you have that button. You're not gonna speed past that, like you didn't just say that.
Yeah, I have that button. This is it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Exactly. Exactly. I would be like, Judge, I want to know more about the lies he's talking about. But yeah, but that's just a lawyer.
Is that a red flag also for now when it comes to future ventures as an investor?
I'm saying it's a red flag
in general
for me.
For you, okay.
That doesn't mean that he will not. Let's say he will keep scamming people. So
okay.
of course, I'm not saying that. Nothing is a guarantee. Maybe his next festival, the PYRT Festival. I mean, you already got burnt at the FYRE Festival. Now you're gonna get robbed at the PYRT Festival. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
Just joke, man. But so we don't know if he turned it. I'm just kidding. But to me, what I as an investor, what I like to see is someone actually acknowledging, not only acknowledging, but really showing or dedicating more time on the real thing that went wrong. It was the investments. Because you can plan a party badly, but that does not result into a scam. It's just bad planning.
Yeah.
The reason why they're calling him a con artist is not for the bad planning, because there are a lot of bad event planners. They're calling him a scammer for the lies he told to investors to get the money.
Yeah.
Promising them.
Continue the scam.
Yeah, exactly. So if I hear someone talking like this, it doesn't seem to me like, it seems to me like he's thinking, oh, I made a mistake. My bad. And I'll just keep pushing, which is a good recipe for success, because, people that think like that, they oftentimes make it very far because they don't see obstacles. But I'm talking about my money. Where it relates to my money, no, I would be like, I want to hear you say what you did, how you did it. I want to hear it in details. And I want to hear that you're sorry about it. And then, even then, I can deny it. But the point is, I want to see at least that. If I don't see it, then I'm not investing. But maybe
Clear.
that's it.
Clear. Yes, more lessons, by the way.
What artist would say no, right? We were just giving them a big check. The money was good at the time. Yeah. And like, who wouldn't want to come to this amazing island? So you can't blame the artist at all.
What's the biggest lesson this whole thing taught you?
Do the process and the trust. It's like, I had this crazy credit system where it took like 7 or 8 years of me just like getting shit on and working so hard for people to trust me.
Yeah.
Where I could just call and like get what I needed to try to run a business. And all of that just got ruined in one night. So it's like, you can just like work for so long and just didn't fucking matter. It's like that 7 years of eating shit at the end of the day just meant nothing.
Was there any point in that period where you were starting to freak out and be like, holy fuck, this is going to be a miracle, like to pull off?
So dude, like life was terrible in like the last couple months leading up to it. All the bills were going crazy. We spent, $20-ish million in 4 months trying to do this festival. And I'd wake up in the morning to like an Excel document saying like, here's how much money we need today, or else this festival is going to get canceled. So I'd wake up and be like, okay, I got to go find $3 million by 2 p.m. so we can wire it back out before the 4 o'clock
How are you
cutoff.
convincing people to give you all this money?
So like, I think that's the biggest misconception is that like I woke up one day, gave some false numbers in a spreadsheet and people gave me $20-ish million. Like, yes, I certainly lied and made that false spreadsheet, but it was 7 or 8 years of these investors seeing me work and building that trust. And I think that's like the most fucked up thing that I learned is like, that's all for not.
Oh, I see. So it wasn't like it was just all at one time.
No, it was, I've known you for 7 years. So if I'm telling you like this idea is better and you gave me $1 million before, I need 5 million now, it's a much different conversation than like waking up and knocking on someone's door and asking for money.
Then why do you think they pressed you so hard for it at the end, and why they make it like a real like conviction, right? Because like wouldn't it have been like if they knew you over time, then it's like you're taking, in most investment opportunities, you're taking risk.
But I lied. I just didn't have to lie.
Got it. Yeah.
No, I said we were doing better than we were. Like, dude, it's super simple. It's like if I had been honest and said, look, here's what our real numbers are and here's what we need, I would have gotten more help. I seriously think I would have been able to raise more money without like the bullshit numbers.
Yeah.
I don't think he believes himself. Come on. I don't think he believes himself, man.
Oh, man.
Is it me? Is it me? Tell me if it's me. He said that he thinks that if he had shown the real numbers, he would have gotten more money. Is it me, KaiR?
Oh, man.
If it's me, man, I don't need yes man around me. So if it's me, let me know.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
I don't know. I don't know if he would have gotten more money. I don't know his inner circle. But one thing I do know, if you're 26 million or let's say 20 million in a hole, I don't know if I'm gonna give you some money.
No.
And that was kind of probably the mentality why he chose that route in the first place. Because he knew he wasn't gonna get the money unless he would
Yeah, because yeah, exactly.
It's you gotta weigh your choices. A lot of times, I don't know if he's a straight up con artist or whether he got in that situation. You know, sometimes you start lying and the lie keeps building up, and you gotta lie to keep your other lies. You keep basically stacking lies upon lies. I think that might be something that got him in the situation. I'm not sure if he's a straight up like what's the guy who scammed Al Capone?
I don't know.
And he also sold the Eiffel Tower like twice or something.
Oh, that guy. Let me see.
The Baron, what's his name? Victor Lustig.
Victor Lustig.
Victor Lustig. I don't know, he's straight up Victor Lustig kind of level, but sometimes people get themselves into situations and you end up being the con man. But with all that being said, yeah, I think he knew that if he would go, you gotta weigh in your choices. He chose to start lying because he knew that the possibility of him getting any money was quite small. At the same time, he probably his balance sheet was kind of off. I mean, the whole thing, the I think if I remember the guys, and please add in the comments if I remember correctly, because I saw that documentary like 6 years ago, 5 years ago, when it got released. I think it's 2000 and wait a second, it's not 2000, it's not 5 years ago, it's probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago. One thing what was quite obvious is the costs were high because he wanted to do it within that 4 months. So you will have to pay a premium on everything because you don't have they look, most of the time these big events, it takes a year. You book them a year ahead, and then you have the time, and the costs are spread out because it's a year from now.
Yeah.
But because you're doing it with a higher pace, you're gonna launch in a higher pace. Everything you're gonna pay a premium on top of that, and yeah, obviously he couldn't cover the cost with the money he got from the pre-sales.
Yeah.
So he would have ended anyway in the hole.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
because the planning was bad in the first place.
Yeah,
You can't work with a bad planning and
there was no roadmap.
There was no
roadmap at all.
No. There was a road.
Paved with good intentions.
There was a wall.
Well, that wasn't paved.
It was a deleted end road.
The end.
The end.
Let's continue. Guys, by the way, while we're at it, please like this, like the broadcast. If you're following the live show, also the rebroadcast, please like it, subscribe. Give us your opinion. Do you think Billy is a genuine guy? Whether the red flags of RJ were correct? Do you see other red flags based on the segments we've discussed so far of this podcast? And do you see him succeed with PYRT? I don't know. Let us know in the comments. I mean, start a conversation or in the chat as well. We will talk about it. And yeah, let's continue with the next part of these clips. By the way, he has to pay his money back.
Without like the bullshit numbers.
Yeah.
That's crazy as it sounds. It was like too good to be true, right?
Yeah.
And people were a little weary.
What's the status of that? Like, do you have to pay that money back, or like?
Yeah, so I have
the situation with that.
26 million in restitution that needs to get paid back to investors, and then
by a certain date or no?
I think it's like
you gotta have lifetime for that
for the rest of my life, right? Like,
Right.
So how does that work? So it's like, say if you made $1 million, how much of that goes to restitution? 100% of it? Because like, how do you then like do your living expenses and
Dude, the problem is like so many people are going to be eating off of everything I earn for a very long time, whether it's like taxes or lawsuits or restitution.
Yeah.
So it's like it's been 2 months, and I have no idea like what the percentages are going to be yet, but it's going to be slim pickings for a while.
Intense, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think I saw there was like 100 investors. Out of any of them, are any of them still like supportive or?
So the craziest fucking thing.
That's kind of a crazy question at the end. I'm gonna let it play out then, and I'm gonna let it play. I don't know. I'm gonna let it play out. So here's the question again.
Any of them are any of them
intense, man?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think I saw there was like 100 investors. Out of any of them, are any of them still like supportive or?
So the craziest fucking thing happened after I did like this first like social media post a couple of weeks ago. This one investor was super mad and wrote a letter to the judge at sentencing, basically saying anything less than a life sentence will be a tragedy. They sent me this like glowing DM, like trying to hang out and get back together.
The one who wanted you in there for life?
Yeah. It's like, how do you like, as a human, how am I supposed to like internalize that? Like I'm sitting there in front of my family and friends. This letter is being read. The judge is reading this letter. This person is saying this kid needs a life sentence. He ruined my family. He ruined this.
And this was years ago.
And then 2 weeks ago, I posted a TikTok video. Now they're trying to get together. It's like, this is crazy.
How much time did you actually?
Red flag.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Red flag, brother.
I don't know who. I don't know what I have to take out of that one.
I mean, you screw someone over, their family's over, but you can't understand how you should internalize what happened.
No, he cannot internalize how the guy.
Told him. Yeah.
He has to go to jail forever.
Yeah.
And then after he's out, now you want to hang out. I think that's what the context of that is.
Oh, okay. So now they want to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of crazy to me. That's why I said.
Well, it depends. Well, let's put it this way.
Or pray that again. Or is it?
It's a trap.
Billy, they tried to set you up, boy.
Because what do they exactly mean with? Because what do they exactly mean with hang out?
He's gonna end up like this.
He got cooked. Hey, you didn't go down like that, huh? He got cooked.
They try to cook that boy, bro.
Hang out Mississippi style. That's a different way.
Try to cook that boy. Billy, if you love your life,
stay with your family.
Out, man.
Stay with your family.
Before you know it, you hear this in the background. Till the next episode.
It's over.
It's over. But that's kind of crazy, to be honest. Hey, but sometimes you have some people that process things differently.
But you get what I'm saying? He's talking about the story, but it seems like he's not grasping
He's telling a great story.
Yeah, but he's not grasping so he's selling.
Yes.
Selling. He's consciously selling, and it's what's this dude's name? Chris Voss, I believe his name is. The negotiator.
Yeah, I think it's Chris Voss. Yeah, his name is Voss.
No, Chris Voss, I think his name is.
And
his book.
That's Chris.
Yes, right, and he has a book, something with no.
Never split the difference.
Never split the difference. Yeah. So he says, I think it's a great quote, and I didn't understand it when I read it. The more and more experience I get, the more I understand. Everything in life is sales.
Mm-hmm.
And he says the most dangerous negotiation to be in is the one that you're not even aware of. This dude is negotiating.
For his life.
He's negotiating. No, but he's consciously negotiating.
Yeah.
He's consciously telling the story because he's consciously, he has an agenda. He's not there trying to talk and,
Tell his story,
He's there with an agenda. And those who are consuming the content without critically thinking, without analyzing, like we are doing, just absorbing what he's saying, they're the ones that might fall victim. And again, I'm not saying that he's going to con anybody in the next festival or anything else, but I'm just saying, whatever you do, you need to be conscious. You need to be conscious of what you're doing. Where are you purchasing your tickets? Do you have proof that you're not gonna get a box with 2 slices of bread and a slice of cheese with some? That was crazy, man.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Sell you a luxury party and give you
slice of bread.
Slice of
bread with cheese and some lettuce on it.
That's why I'm so to those people, I say, yeah, if they're not aware of what this person is doing, he's basically marketing himself, trying to make himself appear as a legitimate person to fix his reputation. If you're not aware of that, then good luck.
Because luck you will need.
Yeah.
Guys, be aware. The pirate is always looking for the booty. You can interpret it however you want to. If your mind is in the gutter, you can interpret it that way as well.
Yeah, booty is a treasure chest.
Yes. Let's continue with. Let's see. How much time did he do? Oh, do you want to go to the jail stories? You want to go to this jail stories?
Let's go to the jail stories. I think we covered it.
Let's see what kind of poking stories he has. Maybe he avoided some poking. Pause. Oh shit. Oh, yeah.
I thought you meant it like that.
What? I meant like the different poking with the sharp thing. Whoa, that's well. The other one is also sharp. Oh, guys, don't forget what I just said. Just totally forget it. Oh man.
Play the video.
Let's see.
In New York, and I fucked around on bail and was trying to dig myself out of a hole, and basically had my bail revoked and was taken to the Brooklyn Detention Center, which is like totally brutal. And I just didn't know the first thing about jail. And like, I didn't know about the jail culture, all the race stuff, like living in Manhattan, like all this stuff just doesn't exist in like, my mindset. And obviously I was naive to it, which is so stupid, but I'm hanging out with like other 25-year-old guys. I'm hanging out with the guys who, I have similar interests to. But these like older white guys, like literally like Nazi tattoos in their forehead, kept coming out to me like, "Oh, you can't hang out with them." Like,
did he say hold his pocket?
He didn't say hold his pocket. But he's like, "You can't."
Do you know what kind of reference that is?
No.
Prison Break.
Okay.
You had Theodore Backwell. Theodore. I know that. I never forget. I never forget that. This is crazy. He would pull out his pocket like this, and you would have to hold it, which means you're like his property. Let's put it that way. You would pull it out. That's kind of a reference to the Prison Break.
Yeah, I watched Prison Break, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I'll never forget that part. That was kind of shocking. For me, at least, as a kid. But was I showing, by the way, the pictures?
No.
Oh, damn. This was Theodore Bagwell. He would pull out his pocket and offer you. Let's say it's like he would offer you for you to be his. Let's call it his wife.
Yeah, I remember.
That was
I
crazy.
remember his character.
But yeah, let's continue.
Out to him like, oh, you can't hang out with them. Like,
Did he say hold his pocket?
he didn't say hold his pocket. But he's like, you can't hang out with the black guys. You got to hang out with the white guys. You know, you got to hang out with your own kind. Like all these things. And I just like wasn't understanding. But anyway, you guys are really pissed off these like, you know, white supremacist guys because my cellmate who had a 14-year sentence, he was back in Brooklyn on some appeal, Indian guy with a financial crime, like middle-aged guy, super, super nice. He goes, hey, Billy, I got some bad news. You know, the white guys, they want to fight you. They either want $150 or they're going to come and fight you. What do you want to do? He's like, if you don't have the money, I'll pay it for you. No problem. But if you want to fight, I got your back.
Fuck.
And I'm like, fuck. And like, the guy is super, super nice.
How
man.
old was he?
He's probably like 45. Shout out
So
to
you guys
Patel.
didn't stand a chance, probably?
Yeah. Shout out to Patel. No chance. But Patel's the man. Anyway, so I'm like, Patel, fuck it. Like, I'm not paying these guys now. I just got here.
You fought?
Like, let's fight. He goes, I knew you were going to say that. So anyway, our doors get locked.
Are you capping?
Yeah,
What?
is this the real
What?
story?
Yeah,
keep
I don't want no
paying off, and now
bullshit
you're
story.
stressing
No,
about
no,
it right now.
Trust
Capping,
me.
I think.
Hold on a second. He's fucking conning us right now.
You got that. You got
Yeah,
that
that's
150
true. How
quick.
do we know? How do we know you're telling the truth
You
this
paid
whole
him.
time
You
too?
paid him. You paid him
I'm
300.
not-
Like as
I-
a
Yo,
Even they got. I'm watching this here.
Can't make this shit up. Can't make this shit up.
What is this guy talking about? Even there, the story was way too well crafted. He has to adjust that story a bit, make it a bit more.
let him be a bit younger. A 45 Indian guy,
They should have asked him, is he buff?
IT, yeah,
Financial. He did a financial
financial.
crime. Not even poking someone. Financial crime. So that means probably I would guess a bit thrill. It's kind of stereotypical, but Patel. Let's continue. Let's see what Patel does.
I'm not.
Please don't do anything.
I'm not the hero of the story here. So I'm far from the
You
hero.
were
of the
just
story.
writing good jail stories and you're selling shit for when you got a hell.
So let me give Patel his props here because like this is like a really cool, heartwarming moment. So you're locked behind your door for what they call count for a couple hours. So he's like trying to tell me what to do. Dude, I'm brand new. He's like, I got to put your boots on, lace up, blah, blah, blah. But the whole time he knew it was going to happen. And he had told one of like the big gangs who was leading the jail, like what was happening. And, you know, I wasn't friends with them, but they were like, you know, they were cool and like trying to help me. So as soon as the doors got unlocked, like the gang guy came and grabbed me. He goes, hey, Billy, I got to talk to you. So he brought me into his cell to basically protect me. Patel went and bum rushed that white guy's cell and fought him for me. And I had no idea. And he came back to my cell and Patel was just bleeding all over the ground. His head's all chopped up. And like this middle-aged guy there for like a white collar crime is like, hey, you're a new kid here. You don't know what you're doing. And he literally went and fucking just like risked his sentence and went and attacked the guy for me.
Bro, why
That
is
was
he doing that? No offense, but why is he doing that for you?
He had been in jail for 6 years. I wasn't sentenced yet. And like, you just get in way more trouble if you get caught fighting. And he's like, dude, you just don't know what's going on. And like, this shit is serious.
That's
Like,
pretty real.
These
Would you do
guys
that for
have
me?
long sentences.
For you?
Yeah.
Why would I do that for
Yeah,
you?
see, that's what I'm saying.
Of course
One
not.
of my- I
dude.
consider this guy one of my closest friends. He wouldn't do that for me. So
I wouldn't. I
Patel's
would
a real one.
In jail?
Yeah.
Fuck.
That was a real one. Shots fired. That was a real one.
I don't know about this story though.
I don't know either.
Just by when I was listening to the story, I was like, would Patel really risk his life getting poked up for a cellmate he barely knows?
Come on.
I mean,
Red flag. Red flag.
Right now, bro. You serious right now, bro? You serious right now, bro? Are you serious right now? Do it to me right now. No. Are you serious right now, Chuck? Are you?
I can continue like that, but
The red flag, man.
I don't know. That story was way too cool, and the fact that Patel was the hero, not he. Well, sounds like a well-crafted story, but who knows? Patel, if you want to do your part of the story, please let us know. Probably pay them off, man. Just tell the truth, Billy. You just paid that 150 and went your way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think during that since you haven't watched that the documentary, RJ, during that documentary there was a shocking moment where Billy basically asked one of his co-workers to let's say make the ultimate sacrifice for the team.
Okay.
Make one for the team. And for those who might have not seen it, spoiler alert. We're gonna play a part just to lead into the next question that he was asked. So this is the part where they interview Andy King and how he tried to get some water out of the customer, or at least Billy asked him the ultimate sacrifice. Let's see how it played out.
Talk about that. Let me tell you something. We had 4 containers filled, 4 18-wheeler trucks filled with Evian water. But I had left the week before for 2 days to go to meetings in Bermuda for the America's Cup. And when I came back, I'd missed the big meeting with Customs. And of course, Customs had said to Billy and the gang, you need to pay us $175,000 in cash today for us to release the water. I went down. Well, Billy called me. I'm going to speak completely, this won't go that far, I'm sure. But Billy called and said, Andy, we need you to take one big thing for the team. And I said, oh my gosh, I've been taking something for the team every day. He said, well, you're our wonderful gay leader, and we need you.
Yo. If this is how you start, you already know where this is going.
What the F does my
boss?
My sexual preference
has to do with what I have to do. I've been doing my job, man.
Is that it?
Imagine a boss calls you, you're a great hetero leader guy.
Yeah.
We need you to go. We need you to go to the gargoyle and do your work.
We acquired you to reach our gay quota. Now, go do. This is crazy, man. You can't make this up, man.
The whole story, this whole part is kind of crazy, man.
That's why I believe Patel was a victim. Probably.
You threw Patel for the
under the bus.
Oh man.
Yo, this guy is crazy.
Hey, pay them $50 and then told them Patel has the other 100.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
To go down, will you suck dick to fix this water problem? And I said, Billy,
to fix a water problem. Let's continue.
What? He said, Andy, if you will go down and suck Cunningham's dick, who's the head of customs, and get him to clear all of the containers with water, you will save this festival. And I literally drove home, took a shower. I drank some mouthwash. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I got into my car to drive across the island to take one for the team. And I got to his office fully prepared to suck his dick. But he couldn't have been nice.
What? Wait a second.
And he's like, Andy, listen, I will release all the water. I will let you serve it, but I want to be one of the first people to be paid this import fee for what you're doing. And I said, okay, great. And I got back and I had all the water that we needed. Can you imagine in my 30 years of a career that this is what I was going to do? I was going to do that, honestly, to
save the festival. Wow.
That was going to fail anyway. Yo. Yeah. But the whole story is crazy. If you he basically was preparing putting in what is his name? In Andy's mind that he might have to go that far. He put him already in that state of mind.
Yeah.
without even knowing whether that custom guy was
wanted it, yes or no.
was or not. Yo, this is kind of crazy. Oh man.
Or
But
maybe
let's
he
see.
knew. Or maybe he knew because
Or
or else
maybe he knew.
he would have sent the girl, you know?
Maybe. Who knows? But let's see what they ask him about this, by the way.
How impossible this sounds. Like we were going to make this work. And that's what really fucked me.
Whatever happened to that guy? You guys see that guy that was the meme? The guy that was going to give out a BJ for the water?
I've heard a lot
That
about
guy's
it.
a legend.
Yeah. You guys still boys? You and that guy? He was going to lay
That
it all
guy's a
out for you.
fucking trooper, man.
Yeah.
Why were you guys
you
so
actually
sure?
punk him
Wait,
like
wait,
that?
wait, wait. Why were you guys so sure that he had to like suck the guy's dick? Like, where'd that
No,
come from?
you trolled him, didn't you?
Like, why not? Like, why did not like pay him money? Like, pay the border officer money?
Dog,
Like, why
this
did it
is-
just jump to like, yo, you got to blow this guy?
No,
Well,
I
yeah.
think you were fucking with him. No, that's funny.
If I paid the border guy money, I think I would have been in jail for a lot longer. So thankfully I didn't do that. But
in the Bahamas though?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad. But
Bro, you got to talk. That guy's everywhere.
I mean,
Yeah, we gotta discuss
Andy
this
King
guy.
tried his best. I think I didn't see the documentary.
Yeah.
Once again, I was told how it sounded. The day he filmed, I was at dinner and he came to meet me at dinner with the producer for the documentary, trying to convince me to come interview for it. And he's just like laughing his ass off about the story.
Mhm.
And I hear like on the documentary, he's like almost in tears, like crying about it. So it's like kind of frustrating about how, people portray certain events.
Sure.
But it's
Yeah.
like,
In the documentary, he was crying.
I was told he seemed to be like very serious about the
He pretty much
situation.
was like, yo, I was ready to blow
I thought he was
guy.
laughing.
Oh, he
Yeah.
was? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So
He seemed pretty
yeah,
happy.
my bad. Yeah, but
Well, he didn't go
dude,
through with it.
he was trying his best, and like we were certainly all mentality to get this things done, but there was never like a direct order, go blow this official. Like,
No,
So not-
but that's the kind of guy you want on your team, probably.
You got to
So-
have one guy like that in the squad.
Yeah.
Right?
We have one.
We got
Yeah, but I don't trust this guy for nothing, man. I don't trust this guy for
Right, this thing, he didn't answer the question. They kept asking. They got question. They should question. Maybe they should have slowed down the question and give him time to answer. But at the same time, he was like,
I don't trust this person for nothing, man.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But yeah, he's working now on something new, PYRT, and he's gonna explain really short what PYRT is.
When I get out.
yeah, so working on a company now. It's called PYRT. Put it together during.
so. This is the new game plan.
Yeah,
All
PYRT
right,
is
let's
the new
fucking
game
hear it.
plan.
Pirate.
All right, it's put it together in my 7-month stint in solitary, and to start. Can I have one more happy dad?
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is great. Much better than the hooch I was drinking for a few years. So, anyway, overall goal here with PYRT is like want to make the biggest impact possible and want to pay people back. But to do that, I need to do what I'm good at. And that's starting a business,
Not a festival.
not a festival.
Oh,
We can get into that. Starting
Whoa,
a business.
whoa.
Oh shit.
No fire.
Yo, if
no
there's a
redemption,
festival,
no
I'm pulling
festival.
up.
I
I'm
saw
pulling up.
this is-
Can I have the
I'll pull
bottle?
up.
Can I have the bottle? Can I get
It's
a
pretty
bottle?
funny, actually. Like if you actually do another festival, though, it would actually be pretty funny.
So
I think people would show up for novelty, even. Oh,
PYRT
shit.
kind of gets back to what I'm good at, and I think does it in a scale that's
Scamming.
He said PYRT.
You need you need the PR guy, man.
It's like a running joke.
You need the PR guy, man. Come on.
How could you say that? It's like an open door, man. He's opening the door.
Even write it the same way as the fire, man.
Oh man. Okay, let's see what he does. Well, he's gonna give him the bottle, but he's gonna give him bottle and talk about them being invited to the PYRT when it launches, and
Yo, so I told you so. He's using them. But let's go, man.
let's see.
open to everybody.
And are you super confident now? Like, is any of you? Do you ever worry now? Like, what's happened in the past? Are you ever scared, or like, does that play into what you're doing in the future?
I think it all just comes down to honesty. Right. It's like, I don't have shit. And I'm just like very grateful to have supportive friends and supportive companies who want to see this happen. So I'm going to go
after all the shit they believe.
Yeah, it's great. And it's like, I'm going for it. But I'm going to go for it honestly. So if anything goes wrong, there's no, like, I'm honest about finances. I'm honest about like what I can or can't do.
Yeah.
It's taking a completely different leaf here. And dude, it's almost like the motivation of a team and supporters is so much better when I'm brutally honest. It's like, dude, I don't have shit. Like, I can't afford to do that, but here's what I can do. And how can we make this happen? And things are just going so much smoother.
I mean, I think you make the best out of any situation when you're honest.
Yeah. It's like, people are just like, it's refreshing, right?
Yeah.
And people will fight for you if you're just honest about what you can and can't do. Like learning about your weaknesses and just getting a fucking amazing team.
Have you built like a completely new team this time around?
I have a totally new team. There's like 12 of us who are pretty much close to full time right now. So we're still small, moving fast.
Right here?
This is definitely part of the PYRT crew right here. So we're trying to build as fast as we can.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who else, like, would it just be us, or like we're gonna invite some chicks? And
No,
shit,
we'll invite some. We'll invite some people, guys.
Oh,
We gotta make it happen.
Yeah.
like the same type of squad like before, like Kendall, like that type. Or...
Yeah. Can we get them?
I don't know.
synced up?
We gotta take it step by step. But dude, we can have a good time.
Do you have any relationship with John anymore? Or?
Let me move this a little bit to this part.
Guys, I really hope you guys can make the first return trip.
So I'll open it right now.
Back. It's just a little invitation. You guys can open it later, but I hope that you guys can come back with the first trip.
Yeah, open that. So you're gonna do? Is it gonna evolve into another festival, or is this like?
So what PYRT is going to be? It's going to be a small permanent hotel in the Bahamas for like artists and entrepreneurs to come and just like partake in these crazy adventures.
You're just gonna build it first, I'm assuming.
We're partnering with a development that already exists.
Got it.
So we'll make it.
This dude he's shooting the real questions, by the way. He's sitting there laid back, but he's trying to assess whether this dude is for real or not.
You can't say that he doesn't ask the straight questions, the good questions. Yeah.
He's asking the questions on the cover. You can clearly hear that he's still skeptical about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Are you building it for real this time? Or is it?
Are you building it first?
Or is it all make believe? Is it like Disneyland?
Get our brand.
Yeah.
People to come hang out, go spearfishing.
Should we go?
Dude, you got to come.
Yeah, I'm going.
You
I don't give a fuck.
You got to come.
I'm going.
So,
Brad, you're going too. No,
we can
pull up. Fuck it.
Yeah,
we can get into some of the wild shit that happened down there that I think is great content. But we'll give the
it's a
PYRT
banger video for you.
Who else is going to be there?
Well,
like, are we inviting anyone else?
We will invite the people. Are you guys?
Why don't you just live in the Bahamas?
Are you guys coming?
I'm going.
I mean, when?
I'm going. I don't give a fuck.
When?
So I have to ask permission to travel, due to my probation status. But we will ask soon.
Well, bro,
I want to do it back to the original trip. A few small propeller planes straight from New York, and doing the whole thing OG status, and really showing you guys the outer islands of the Caribbean and what we can make happen there.
Dude,
I'm
that's
going.
so funny.
I know Steve will go.
I'll pull
wait,
up, dude.
I gotta ask before I agree to this.
What do you guys think? Leave a comment. Drop a thumbs up on the video
Let
if we
us
should
know.
go.
Real quick
Let us
though,
know.
what's your status with the people of the Bahamas?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I have so many close friends there. Like, they're the warmest, kindest people ever. The day I got out, like, 2 of my closest friends there flew up to New York, literally for the first time from the Bahamas, spent a week here with me. My business partner has gone back a couple of times for the past couple of months. We're really like getting back into full Bahamas mode. So what we're doing is establishing a permanent spot there for like a manageable number of like artists and creators to come and get together and just like connect and share new ideas. But what we did this time is pretty cool. We built this virtual replica of the island. So no matter where you are in the world, you could live stream the island. You can actually get together online and change what's happening on the island. So for example,
Change what's happening physically on the island?
Physically. So like I could be swimming on the island and people online could like buy me a drink, or they can literally chum the water and like given all the sharks in the area, like I'm sure people would love to see that. So it's all
I don't know if this is the greatest idea ever or the worst.
Give me a break.
Oh my god, man! I don't trust. I started watching the clips. I started watching the clip with an open mind. But I'm gonna tell you,
that ending,
bro, the only thing that keeps popping in my head is
It's a trap.
never ever.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man. And he tells good stories. He was.
It's a good storyteller.
I told you he was selling. I didn't see the clip. I didn't see this clip.
No, you haven't. I'm preparing everything, so
I thought he was selling, let's say, selling himself for, say, his status, so people can perceive him differently. But he's actually selling the pirate thing.
Yeah.
He's very manipulative. Never ever. And in the video, you saw how many locals were mad at him. And I was like, I have 2 friends calling me. What about the rest? What?
Whole Bahamas is against him. I have 2 friends down there. People who believe in me.
Yeah. What about the rest?
Let's see what else he has to say about this.
Wait, how?
So
how do
basically,
they chum the water? Like
they will get
there's probably
together
people there who
online,
are-
propose that, like, to me, hey, are you down with getting the water chum? I'll have like a pirate app, my Apple Watch, and I can say, yeah, sure, I'll do this. And then literally have like a local boat captain who drops bait in the water. So it's giving people the ability, no matter where they are, to come.
Delete you. Yo, to delete you.
Why did you think I said it's the best and the worst idea simultaneously? Oh my god!
Whoa.
You want to see? If you hate a specific artist, they're on the island. You just chop the water. You
pay him to go deep sea diving and let the other fisherman drop some chunk of fish around. Oh my god, this guy can't.
Attempted deletion. This dude is promoting the app that's promoting attempted deletion.
I think he might. I think he might have an angle. There might actually be some previous investors that are willing to go. No pun.
They're gonna be the first who can try it out. Yo. That's why I said it's the worst. It's a good idea, but it's the worst at the same time. I don't know why he would say that. Of all, it sounds like, I mean, if everyone else would tell the story without the chow, I would say, maybe it's something. I don't know who will pay for it, but there is always. I think we said it before in the FTX show. There's a sucker is born every day.
Every day.
So there will be people who will pay to do this stuff, but definitely the chumming of the water part. Who's liable, by the way? Do you sign a waiver? Do you sign a waiver? If we chop the water, you get chopped up. We're not responsible for your leg.
Yeah. Yeah, well, so the question is, of course, what legal jurisdiction would apply to the situation, which is very fair one. Is it the Bahamian? Is it the US one? Is it where the company, let's say the platform is based? So you would need to look at that, but I can tell you this. If I ask someone, no, let's not use me as an example. I'm not gonna put this out in the universe.
Yourself in the middle of this quagmire, dude. I wouldn't do that. It's all entertainment, guys. It's all entertainment, by the way.
If a person asks his friend, if a guy asks his friend to stab him.
Yo, dude.
Yeah, I was thinking. It's okay.
Poke.
To poke him. No. Trust me. That's definitely not it.
Ching or something. Use Ching.
Okay. What's it called?
Well, in drill English, so
Oh, you
England.
want to go
we
there?
say
So you
drill.
think-
It's called
so you
Ching.
think-
You
okay.
Ching someone.
So no, let me change it. Let me make it more vague then. If a guy asks his friend to inflict harm on him, and the friend does it, that friend can't say afterwards, yeah, but he asked me, or we had an agreement. You can't say that.
Waiver.
So yeah.
I'm indemnified for what harm I caused him.
Yeah.
Here, my signature is here on the left, and his signature is in blood.
It's date stamped. It doesn't work like that. So I can foresee a lot of legal complications coming because someone might say, hey, but you know that when you know that there was a risk, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else he has to say.
I think maybe the what he's building is great, but the examples he's giving are just stupid in my opinion.
But not just watch it, to actually change and even own some of the things happening on the island.
One sec, Billy. What if they say, yo, we don't want you to come back here?
That would really suck, wouldn't it?
They're not saying that, I'm assuming.
I guess you have permission, right?
You talking about the Bahamas?
Yeah.
Or?
I need to ask permission to
leave the country?
To leave the country.
The Bahamas is cool with you coming back?
I have plenty of support from the Bahamas, so
Got
I'm fairly confident that we will be allowed a second chance there.
Did you see how he hesitated when they asked the question? And his first answer should have been, yeah, it's okay. We already sorted it out. Because you're inviting people to the Bahamas. His answer would be a shame. What? Come on, man. Nah, ever. Yeah, okay. I don't know if you are there more parts?
Huh?
Are there more parts?
No, this is the final few seconds, and then we can wrap it up. Probably there is maybe one clip. I'm not sure if I want to show that. I'm gonna take a look. Let's see what it is.
But just need to kind of go through the process with the U.S. and take it step by step.
Damn.
Why don't you live in the Bahamas?
So
You love it.
I'd
love to.
So what's the company? It's like an app.
The company is called PYRT. So it's part physical hotel and part app, where you can literally get together everywhere and then change what's happening on this island.
Are they building the hotel right now?
So we're taking over a development. It's already been there. It's never been marketed before. So we're going to make it this pirate adventure theme and essentially invite various content creators and entrepreneurs. And it's replicate these adventure trips that kicked everything off, but do a unique twist where you're there on the island and then 1,000 people at home could be dictating your island experience. Which I think is
So the
super,
hotel
super cool.
exists, right? Like it's there.
It's not currently a hotel. It's
Okay.
a couple of dozen villas. That's basically, a private.
Well, define villa, like a villa or
Like it's a real thing, right?
It's like a cardboard box.
It's a
They're
real
building
thing.
it right now. It's gonna be ready in 3 weeks?
Yo,
stop. Yo,
Okay.
you're fucked.
Just
So-
give yourself enough time for this one.
So we took
Yeah.
our first.
Let's
guest
not rush
back in.
this. Like we're
Yeah, dude. The great thing is there's no promises, right? I have no investors and no deadlines. We took our first guest back last weekend. I didn't go, but my business partner took them. They had a fucking incredible time and taking step by step, but really focusing on the tech now. And think that there's so much in this emerging technology where people can come together online to actually own and affect these physical assets. It's going to make this experience totally different and open to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see how this is gonna end. I don't know.
Spoiler alert. Let's just say that I don't see the way he's marketing it now. And he's supposed to be a good marketer. No, man, this is no. I don't think this is it. His idea sounds like an idea when you're sitting with your friends and you're like, oh, you know what we can do, and you come up with an idea, but then nothing happens. It's a part hotel, physical hotel, part app. I think he said.
Part app, yeah. It's a combination of both.
Yeah.
You can spy on people basically.
Oh man, we need the guy. When the guy said, is it a villa? Is it a? What do you mean with?
What do you mean by that?
Oh my god.
What do you mean by that? Oh,
All
man.
right.
Yeah, we'll see how this works out, man. I think people, if you look at the comments, people are skeptical. Some are skeptical. Some are willing to give him a chance. But you also, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. At the end of the day, they're probably still in concept mode, so he's still trying to test out what words will work in the marketing process.
Yeah, but he went on a podcast with how many viewers? How many subs do they have?
1.8 million.
1.8 million subs.
And this has 1.7 million.
Invited them to come without having a place, or without having the place completely, without having the hotel, everything set up the way it's supposed to be, the way he's marketing it.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know, man. It's hard to say. I don't want to count him out, but this idea. Now he'll have to make the money some way. So if it's not this one, it's gonna be a next one.
Yeah.
If it's not this one, the thing is, they got a good. At the end of the day, that video they released with FYRE Fest, that was what got everything started. So maybe they have a similar idea for this one, and maybe he's not the face. Technically, he shouldn't be the face if they are smart. Just work in the background as a co-founder. Don't go out here telling the story. Let someone else.
But I think that's the only thing he has. He has no money. That's the only thing he has. I had a client once. He asked me, I have a question. I have a business opportunity. I want to start a restaurant. I said, okay, great. Let's talk about it. Yeah, the dude asked me, a friend of mine approached me, he knows I'm in business, and he asked me if I wanted to help him. Partner up with him, start exploiting a restaurant. I said, okay, cool. Will you work in the restaurant because you already have a job? No, I'm so busy with my job. He'll run the restaurant. Okay. Do you have experience in the restaurant business? No, I don't. Does your business partner have experience? Yeah, he's waitered. I asked you whether he has experience in running a restaurant. Said, no, not really. But he'll run it. I said, who came with the idea? He said, my business partner, the potential business partner. Okay. What are you bringing in? Yeah, I'm bringing in the finances. What is he bringing in?
Guts.
He's gonna run it.
His knowledge as a waiter.
It's a crap.
Bro, come on, man.
You can't make this shit up.
Hey.
You can't make this shit up.
He's gonna bring in his expertise as a waiter, how to run the business.
Hey.
No disrespect to any waiters out there, by the way.
They did have a balance. So they did complement each other. But I don't think that's the way you want to complement each other. So
on
one of them
on the same side
one of them represented the asset side and the other one the liability side.
All right, yeah.
In a sense, the one was the yin to the other's yang.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Anyway, That's it for today's show, guys. Let us know in the chats what you think about this guy, man. I mean, it's hard to tell whether he will succeed or not. He's a great storyteller. That's what I can definitely tell from watching this, watching these clips. The guy is an amazing storyteller. I think that's what got FYRE Fest going last time around. Maybe he's a good marketeer as well. I mean, I don't know if he was the only one who was working on those clips, those ideas. Usually those are group efforts. But one thing for sure is that you will have to pay that 26 million. So he'll find a way. If it's not this venture, he'll do something else. And I mean, time will tell. That the problem the biggest problem he has is that con man, that con man in front of his name, the con artist. That will always, once you make that mistake, there's no way back. You will always be remembered about that mistake. Even if he runs this perfectly normal, people will always have the doubt. And I think that's one of the important things you have to always keep in mind when you are doing business. Sometimes you have to go slow and choose to keep to not go too deep over your head in things you don't know, because he got himself in a bind and lies upon lies. And I know it probably knows that he's also a good storyteller, so he used that skill to basically cover up his lies and basically market the FYRE Fest better than it, the status better than it actually was in. So
all right, cool. KaiR, should I
do a recap? We'll do a recap.
Yeah,
you can do it in one word, but one sentence. But let's give it a bit. Oh man, Billy, if you want to tell your story, we are also open here at the Double Touch.
Yeah, invite us as well.
To hear your part of the story. I mean,
no, but
continue.
Yeah, so guys, just a quick recap. We talked today about Billy McFarland, well-known entrepreneur, and some people might regard him as a scam artist. All people will recognize him as a convicted felon for white-collar crime. He basically, if you guys remember, there was the FYRE Fest a couple of years ago where he basically marketed a luxury festival, and it was a disaster. He lied to investor to get his money, to get a lot of money, while promising, let's say, a luxurious festival. And when the people actually got there to party, it was very, very rudimentary. It was terrible. So this person went to jail and now is back with his new company, the PYRT.
Yo, dude.
The Freudian slip. It's a Freudian slip. I swear it's a Freudian slip.
Yo, this is crazy. You said PYRT. I thought you were gonna say something about he's coming for the booty or something like that. Yo, this dude said PYRT. Oh man, guys, what is this, man? It's good that you said a disclaimer at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, the convicted white-collar criminal, viewed by many as a con artist, is now marketing a new venture he has, a new company called PYRT. You can't make this up. Where, well, the story is a bit fake, but it basically entails a physical hotel for entrepreneurs and influencers on the one hand, with a combination of an app where you can apparently ask someone, you pay someone to do something, for example, and this is the example he used, go swimming and let a fisherman throw chunks of fish to attract sharks. I don't know.
This is the attempted deletion. Why would you say that? Give me a second.
Yeah. So
you can continue.
So I don't know, guys, if this is the way it's supposed to be. I don't know if this is actually something that is legit, but it is, however. This is, however, the story is new. So the story is telling about his new company. Now here at the Double Touch Show, we believe that you should give people a second chance. You know, people can make mistakes. People have, I believe, have the right to recoup from their mistakes, but don't forget, as KaiR always says, you're free to make any choice you want, but you're not freed from the consequences of your choices. And let's see what will happen to Billy McFarland. Let's see if he can, let's say, erase his past. The way he's going, though, I highly doubt it. But hey, who knows, man? Who knows? So we'll definitely keep an eye on Billy McFarland and his company PYRT in the near future. And trust me, should something pop off, Double Touch Show will definitely cover it. So,
we're gonna keep an eye on this one.
hey,
We're gonna see if this guy is gonna get the move.
An eye on this one, the PYRT.
I captain.
Yeah, but guys, that's a recap for today's show.
Yeah, man, I want to thank you all for the engagement. Please let us know in the comments, dude. Is this going to be a good venture? Is this something you might be thinking about buying into? Other things. I mean, he has a skill set. He can code. So if you can code, you can make up anything. I think he's probably, if it's not this one, he's gonna add Chat GPT also to this app to make it a bit more popping. Or he creates something with Chat GPT. Who knows? But let us know in the chats how this will end, or how this will be for the guy, or in the comments. I mean, either or. Anyway, I think that at the end of the day,
yeah,
I can only show you the door.
We can only show you the door, and I would say, don't walk in it. Stay away. Stay away this time. Stay away this time, dude. Stay away this time. Hey, just take time and run while you can. Anyway, guys, as usual, I think
we can finalize the show.
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone who has been watching the live show, this live pre-recorded show, as well as everyone watching the rebroadcast. We truly appreciate your support. Remember to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. We appreciate your engagement. To those who have engaged in this conversation, as well as previous videos and up and coming videos, we thank you as well. Your engagement definitely helps us with the algorithm, but we need subscriptions as well. So please, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember to like, and do not forget to share it with your friends, your family, and
el enemigo.
El enemigo. Your enemies, guys. And doesn't rest me. And remember to follow us on our social media pages at Double Touch Show on Facebook and Instagram. And rest me nothing else to say before we close. To remind everyone, let's have a healthy conversation. Let's not insult each other. Let's exchange opinions and thoughts. And KR,
Don't scam each other.
don't scam each other. On that
In our
note,
comments, take it to someplace else, please. Don't do it here at the Touch Show.
yeah. So,
Anyway,
with that being said, guys, until next time, take care. Peace.
peace.